Player 2 has joined the game.
Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 324 of the Two Player Co-op Podcast. As always, there's no one here. Normally, I'm joined by my brother from my mother, Sean.
How we doing?
There he is. If you're listening on audio, make sure you check the video. Sean is showing off his fantasy football trophy, which, yes, the season ended 4 months ago.
It took a while to get the trophy home.
Took a while to get to its rightful owner, but it is here. That is shiny.
I'm so shiny.
What is that?
Moana.
Oh, the crab.
My name's somewhere in here.
And a shiny participation award in front of him. There you go. I don't know what I was saying, but if this is the first time you're ever hearing or listening to the Two Player Co-op Podcast, God bless you. I don't know what goes after that. If the first time you're ever seeing this is the Two Player Co-op Podcast, where just about every week two brothers get together to tell you everything you need to know about in the world of video games. If you like that, make sure you like the video, subscribe, share it with your friends, family, and everyone in betwixt. Also, this podcast is brought to you by Derek Bamford. If you really like us, you can go to patreon.com/stores/ whoa, that was in sync /Two Player Co-op. Where we have a lot of different benefits, but the most popular is the $5 producer tier, where you can watch us record the podcast live on YouTube, as we are doing right now. You also get a bonus episode every month, as well as getting the podcast live 1 day early on YouTube.
I went by Starbucks on the way here, and I had this trophy in my front seat.
Did you have it buckled in?
I didn't have it buckled in. I just had it sitting there. And the girl didn't say anything, but you could tell she saw it and was like when she handed me the drink, I was like, "Oh, could I get a straw, please?" "Yeah, sure." And she kind of did like a double edge. She's like, "Here you go."
What the frick?
Like, yep.
Should have done the Zeke popping out of the Red Army kettle. I don't know that Sean would fit.
It's big, but it's not that big.
Also, yes, we have a replica of the Stanley Cup for our fantasy football trophy because the commish is a huge hockey fan. Shout out to Terry. Some of our patrons deserve a shout out, just like our patron saints, Derek Bamford and John Tingley, who has a bar named after him, as well as our affiliates, James Solar. Make sure you check out James Games and more on YouTube. Sarah Solar and Mom. Also our producers, Steve Appleton, Aunt Sue, Dustin Downs, and Chris Peralta. Also make sure you check out PS Rewind on YouTube. If you like cool t-shirts and the like, you can go to teespring.com/stores/Two Player Co-op. I thought that was about to bite it.
This is
I don't know that you needed that.
Very tall. I mean, that's the one she handed me. She probably thought it went with the trophy.
That's true. Go big or go home. Before we get into everything this week, I have had a doozy of a day. So you know how yesterday was Memorial Day? Hope everybody had a great Memorial Day here in the States. There was also a bank holiday for something in the UK, and I think a lot of Europe as well. Derek is here. What's up, dude? Hope y'all had a great Memorial Day, ate some good food, all that stuff. I kicked ass, I must say. The grill was fantastic.
Very good.
I had some of the leftover sausages today. It was fantastic. But the only downfall to that is when you get a Monday off from work, your Tuesday inevitably becomes... Inevitably becomes a Monday. 8:55 this morning, I'm on my team call. Get a call from Jess. I'm like, "Hey, I'm still on my call." She's like, "Hey, I need your truck." I'm like, "Why?" "Well, I kind of ran over a curb and popped a tire."
So she needs to curb her enthusiasm.
You need to watch it. You can't send me Larry David videos until you watch it. Start at season 3, like I said.
I was even going to start at season 2. Do you think just go to 3?
I would just go. 2's better than 1, but 3 is where it really picks up.
Okay.
So I'm like, "Yep, okay, yeah, I'll be there." And then I'm like, I've never changed a tire on this van in the 2 years we've had it. So I look up Google.com and I say Chrysler Pacifica. It's a good website. 2019 Chrysler Pacifica spare tire. One thing says there ain't no spare tires, and then I'm like, uh-oh. And then there's another one that says there's a video. He goes, "Whoa, that was not it." Whoa, 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 whoa. And there's a video that says you do have a spare tire. So you pop the trunk, the hatch, whatever you want to call it. Over here on the left side, there's this panel. I got to stop drinking sodas before the podcast. You open it, and there's a spare tire in there. However, it's not inflated. It's a deflated tire.
Oh, you have the can?
On a donut with stuff to blow it up. He said, that's all you need? Okay. I'm like, okay, cool. So I get there, and Jess is like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, whatever, it's fine. She was in a hurry because she had to drop the kids off at the pool. Somebody needs to drop the kids off at summer camp at Lifetime. And then she was going from there to the hospital to get an ultrasound done on her arm to see if the blood clot was done from everything that happened a couple of months ago. The blood clot is gone, thank God. But the tech said it looks like it's gone. The radiologist has to look at it, blah, 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 blah. It's like in Breaking Bad when Walt thinks he sees the cancer's back, and it turns out that's just some infection. Yeah. That's why he's coughing off blood. And he goes, stupid hand towels, bam, 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 bam. And then at the end of the series, it comes back. Anyways, same thing happened in Better Call Saul, by the way. Remember that?
Nope.
Trash candy kicked.
Oh, yeah. Trash candy kicked.
I don't know what happened with the voice. So anyways, so she was in a hurry, and that's why it happened. So I get there, I'm like, take my truck, go. I got it, fine. Pop the trunk. Go over here. There's a panel. And I'm like, that panel says vacuum. And because our van has a built-in vacuum, there's no spare tire. So I have to call the tow truck, $125, gets there in 5 minutes, takes me to Gateway. At like 9:30, I'm there. It'll probably be an hour and a half, 2 hours before we can get to it. Okay. 2:30 rolls around. I've heard nothing. Right. Hey, waiting. Yeah, we still got one or two more people in front of you. I'm sorry. It's been a busy day.
So did the tow truck tow the van
and me
and you to the thing and then gave you a ride home?
No.
Or you were there the whole time?
No, Dad picked me up.
Oh, okay.
No, because I was like, okay, if it's going to be an hour and a half or 2 hours, I'll wait. 2:30 rolls around. I call him. Still one person in front of you. 4:30 rolls around. Hey, yeah, sorry. Still busy. We got one person in front of you. We're finishing up, and then we're going to get it up there, and it'll be done today. Cool. Did you see a van when
I
you walked
did not
in?
see a van.
Okay. 5:15. I've not showered all day because I don't want to miss the call because we might have to replace – because we just replaced 2 tires, and we put them in the back. The 2 in the front, I don't know how old they are. So I was like, if one popped, I don't want to have one that's like got 25% life in it and the other one's 100%. So I didn't want to miss the call because if I don't tell them, yes, do it, or no, don't do it, they're not going to do anything. 5:15, they finally call, hey, this is Dave over at Gateway Tire, and blah, blah, blah. We can get the tire here tomorrow to make it match. But the good news is you don't need 2 tires. The other one still has 5/32 of a tread depth left on it. I'm like, okay. I don't know what that means. But he's like, I think you'll be fine. Save you some money. Just do 1 tire. If you drive it and it feels like it's pulling, then you need to get another tire. And that was my Monday.
Tuesday.
My Monday.
But tomorrow's Wednesday. So now you don't have a Tuesday.
Tuesday is worthless.
Tuesdays have a feeling.
Wednesdays have a feeling. Thursdays have a feeling. Wait, no. Wednesdays don't have a feeling. How does it
Mondays have a feeling.
Tuesdays?
Fridays have a feeling. Saturdays have a feeling. I feel Tuesdays.
Was it Kramer?
Shut up to both of you. It was Jerry, Kramer, and Newman in the car.
And it was Newman felt Tuesdays.
Oh, that was the episode with the sweater that was making him...
Oh,
and I thought the guy was like...
Yeah.
Making
now my neck probably looks all red because I just scratched it. But that was my Monday on a Tuesday. Going at... Shitty day on a Tuesday. That was not how the song goes. Going up on a Tuesday. Isn't that some song or something?
No idea.
I'm an idiot. Return of Ultraman. Okay. Thanks, Wario. So yeah, that was my Monday. You got anything you want to talk about? Or you want to jump into it?
I got nothing.
Harrison Bader's on the IL, of course. But Jose Trevino's back. That's good. I don't know if your screen is dark enough.
Well, I turned it down to save battery.
But it's plugged in.
But it'll charge faster if it's using less.
It doesn't matter. If it's plugged in, you don't need it to charge. You just need it to stay alive.
It's true. But I don't want to have to leave it plugged in the whole time.
Wow. Anyways, what have we been playing? I'm working my way through Seinfeld again for the upteenth time.
Attaboy.
I'm so glad it's on Netflix now. I have not. I say that
I forgot.
Not having rewatched it on Netflix, but I'm just glad that it's there.
I need to go back and watch the Pincus episode because I feel like I've only seen that like twice in my life. It's like never an episode that
But we
gets played
quote
on
it
TV.
all the time. Oh, Amazon,
We
you're
clone something.
Is that the episode?
No.
Oh,
I don't know. No, I don't think so.
You clone something. Is that the one with Bubble Boy? Because you clone something, they're playing Scrabble, and then George plays Scrabble with the Bubble Boy. But I don't know
he
if that's
plays
the
Trivial
same
Pursuit
episode.
with the Bubble Boy.
Oh, that's right.
With
The
the Bubble
Moops,
Frog.
Jerry. The Moops. The what?
The Bubble Frog.
Is it just Bubble? It doesn't look like it should be Bubble.
It's B-U-B-B-U-L.
It's phonetically Bubble, I guess.
BBL.
You do BB. Color Park Bubble Spark. All right. No spoilers, but Sean and I are still playing Tears of the Kingdom, if you can imagine that. And we both beat it.
Ah, crap.
What?
I wanted to check my playtime, and I forgot.
Damn it, idiot. I wrote down my stats.
I mean, I know what I was at when I beat it, but I don't know what I'm up to now.
And there's no remote place. You can't log in and do it. By the way, I love how it says, Sean has not been online in 4 days. I'm like, that duplicating son of a biscuit. There. By the way, apparently you were able, I wish I would have known this. You can duplicate the Master Sword. Gene Park today on the Sacred Symbols, whatever it's called,
Gene
the
Park,
punching
Bubba
up.
Spock.
Gene Park, Bubba Spock. Was saying that he's got a switch that he just completely keeps. He's got 6 switches, and the one he's playing on, because he works for the Washington
You have to do
Post.
it before you pick it up or something?
I don't know what the glitch is because it's patched out for me, so I don't care. But he has 5 Master Swords. One of them is unbreakable. Yeah.
How?
I don't look it up. I don't know. Doesn't matter to me. I can't do it. There are duplication glitches on this. You got to but you can only do certain things. So you have to drop a diamond and then you fuse it to a spear and then you get ready. You throw the spear and as soon as you push throw, then you push pause. Then you go here. I'm like, I'm out. I don't need this. I already beat it. I don't need to duplicate anything. We beat it. It was freaking awesome. By the way, we both got the true ending. Somehow, maybe it's if you don't get all the sages unlocked before you fight Ganon. You don't get that very last thing where they're up in the clouds talking.
Oh, like the post-credit scene thing?
I guess that was post-credits, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the true quote-unquote secret ending, but I'm like...
It didn't really... It's like an epilogue.
It just wraps it up, yeah.
It's not like Tears of the Kingdom 2 is in development. I mean, I'm sure it is, but...
On the Switch 3 by that point. It was awesome. Everything about it. By the way, Sean and I stumbled into something in the skies way before
That
we
was
were supposed
crazy.
to. And we both did it at the exact
within
same time.
5 minutes of each other.
He texts me, he's like, dude, I just found something. I go, in the clouds?
He's like, yeah, so did I up in the sky. I'm like, oh yeah, I was up in the sky too because I hadn't been doing much up there.
And I was like,
and then he said
Was it the
something,
thing?
and I said yes.
I was like, what
He's
the
like, yeah,
frick?
I'm doing it right now. Like, totally random. Yeah.
and that thing is awesome. This is so much better than Breath. This game
For
makes
anybody
Breath of
that's
the Wild
beaten it,
obsolete.
Or gotten very close to being it. It's something that's story related, and the game would have pointed you there anyway.
But we did it before
If you
we
catch
beat
my
the
drift.
fourth. Before we beat the fourth.
But yeah,
dungeon,
we
I
did
think.
it out of order, so
Yeah.
we kind of both thought we were just doing some like epic side quest thing.
By the time I got to the end, I was like, okay, that was probably story related.
So you were kind of right.
I
in
was.
No spoilers, but there's a little something else between the 4 dungeons and beating the
In
game.
Hyrule Castle.
There's more than a little bit, but
Yeah.
yeah.
But it's not really a dungeon, but it's kind of a dungeon. Anyways, it was awesome. But then when you finally, you're all powered up, you're ready to go, you got all your hearts, your stamina, all that, you go to Hyrule Castle, and it's so much better than Hyrule Castle. Literally everything about this game is better than Breath of the Wild. Like I just
It would
said,
be so weird going back
I
to
couldn't
Breath of the
play that
Wild
game
now,
right now.
and just going to like, oh, I can fast
Pick up
travel
my
to a
save,
tower
but
and
then
then
I
jump
can't.
off, but I'm only like 100 feet in the air instead of
Yeah.
like 1,000
I
feet
can't
in the
get
air.
shot
like,
up into the sky.
Yeah, I don't think. I don't see how anybody. I understand Breath of the Wild did it first,
It came
and
first.
that adds a lot to the reception,
Mystique.
the whatever. Yeah, I don't see how anybody can say
John, are
that
you
Breath
gonna
of the
play it, though?
Wild is better.
I critically, fun-wise, personally.
It looks a little better. It looks pretty much the same, but it looks a little better. It plays better. I don't see how anybody can think that this is not the better of the two.
Well, here's what I wrote down for
and
last
it's basically
week.
like Breath of the Wild, a lot of people's favorite game of all time. You never have to play that game again.
No,
there's no
point.
reason. This game has made that game borderline unplayable, I would say.
And obsolete.
Yeah.
It's like I said last week. I wrote it down here. Everything is better than Breath of the Wild. Story, combat, abilities, exploration, the friend abilities, dungeons, towers and shrines, kit up. Again, I don't know what that was. The dragon tears versus the memories, and now I can also add to it final boss and final dungeon. Like Hyrule Castle in Breath of the Wild, you go there and you're just walking around and then you're like, I'm at the boss. Or I find the Hylian shield, or I find whatever. This, you get there. And again, the story is so much better, which makes it even better. But then you get there and there's a certain thing you're following in the castle. And there's 4 floors to the castle. And it'll be like, okay, go here. Boom. There's a yellow dot. Something happens. Now it's like, well, no, now you got to go up here. Big fight. Something happens. Now you got to go over here. Boom. Like it directs you around there. And it directs you around so you're finding cool stuff inside the castle without just wandering around like an idiot. So much better. The Ganon fight, spoiler alert, Ganon's the bad guy. You know that. Tacos or?
Lasagna.
Oh. Luckily, it's staying on that side. Yeah. Maybe the Stanley Cup is sucking it up. Wow, that might have come through. The microphone and the pants.
Nice.
That was good. I didn't even mean to do that. The Ganon fight is awesome. When you think it's over, it's not. There are 2 oh shit moments that happen in it. The first one is halfway through the fight when you're like, okay, what? Okay, come on. Oh, I got to do this. Okay, great. And then after that, there's another. Sean texts me. He's like, after you're going to get to a point where you will probably say, oh no. And the thing happened. I texted Sean, oh no, blank. And you were like, yep. That's exactly what I said. I was like, oh no, I know what's happening. This is not good. But then what comes up after it, and then there is a final boss fight. Would you say it's better than Dark Beast Ganon in Breath of the Wild, where you ride around and shoot light arrows?
It is, way better than that. It's not the hardest boss fight. I will say that, but it is.
Are you going to play it? Nope.
maybe not even the best. But it's the most epic.
It is the most epic ending to a Zelda game, I think, ever, but definitely at least since the end of Twilight Princess.
Yeah.
Now, I haven't played Wind Waker. I've heard that Ganon fight's pretty awesome. But, like, Twilight Princess, up until...
All I know about Wind Waker is when you beat Ganon, he's like...
and it's like, damn, Nintendo.
Yeah, like right to the head.
But I like how... when he dies, he's bent over backward, kind of like in this, like when you first find him and stuff. I thought that was a cool callback, if it was meant to be. I don't know.
Meant to be.
Meant to be. Breath of the Wild, boss fight sucks. It's just Ganon going, I got 4 arms and I'm a spider. And then he's just a big pig and you ride around with almost no danger and you shoot like 4 light arrows and he's dead. This is not that. It's so much better. I wrote down here in my notes, epic doesn't even begin to cover it. It is so friggin' epic is the word for it. Like, I want everybody to play the games they want to play. However, if you are like, I just can't deal with this kind of Zelda, whatever. Remember how I was before this and how much I went from being like Zelda's Belder than Horizon to I don't like Breath of the Wild that much at all. The Divine Beasts suck. The weapon durability sucks. The world's empty. The story's good. Last boss sucks. All the bosses suck. To how I feel about this game. If you're on the fence, if you're just like, no, I don't want to play, fine. You don't have to play it. But if you're on the fence, take the leap. This is literally one of the best games ever made. It is crazy that we got Elden Ring last year and we got this game this year. And I don't know how. Final Fantasy 16 would literally have to be my favorite game of all time for it to be Game of the Year this year over this, is where I'm at right now. And I loved Jedi, and I loved RE4, and I really liked Dead Space, and I can't remember what else. Horizon's fine. This game is that to me.
It's almost a lock to be Game of the Year. I don't see for us personally and critically, like it's gonna be game of the year at every publication that gives it. I cannot wait for Final Fantasy 16, but there's there's almost no chance it's better than this game.
Right.
Like, I'm not looking forward to it any less. I'm still looking forward to it, but like, no shot.
You don't want to play it. That's fine. But I'm saying if anybody's on the fence, just know that I hated Breath of the Wild by the time I was years removed from it, and this is game of the year. I did do some other stuff. So I beat the game, kept playing, probably put another 7-8 hours in it since I beat it the other day. I'm up over 90 hours. I wish the Switch, if it can say you've played it for 90 hours,
it knows exactly how long you've played.
Then just tell me how long I played it. Say 91. I'm not looking for 91 hours and 37 minutes, but 91 hours, 93 hours. Yeah. Don't just break it up to 85, 90, 95, 100. Like, I'm now up to, like I said, over 90 hours, 109 shrines.
I got 110 right before I came over.
I want to know if you've done something that I did today, and they were. I was so scared to death to do them, and then they were awesome. 26 hearts, 3 stamina wheels, and like I said, 90 hours. I did the mazes.
I've done one. I did the one all the way down by Gerudo.
Okay.
I haven't done the other. I think there's 2 or 3 others.
That fence doesn't exist in my reality. What did I say? Oh, he's not on the fence. I got it. Okay. Sorry. I was like, did I black out? Was I talking about fixing a fence? I did all 3.
Are they all pretty much the same?
They're all the same, but different. Yeah.
I don't even remember what I got in the one.
You get it's to get a full.
Is it 3
set.
pieces of?
Yeah.
What do you get?
It's like it. I don't remember what it's called. It's nothing like lore wise or anything. It's just like, ooh, this is from a dark time in the past, and it makes your stealth go up or something. I don't know. It looks cool, and you get a cape for the armor. I'm like, well, that's cool. But now that I beat it, I'm just wearing the champion's. Oh, actually, no. I got with my amiibo. I got the Zelda 1 hat like a week ago, and today I got the Zelda 1 tunic, so I'm just rocking those. But I'm still wearing the Fierce DD pants, so my defense is up a little bit. But it just looks so good to have him with a hat. And when you're in that thing, and there's the updrafts and stuff, his hat goes, woo!
Oh,
it's
really?
up here like this. Yeah, it's like Minish Cap. I got my Epic Games cross. But yeah, I did all 3. They're all pretty much the same. The boss fights are fun. I also had a shrine. I went to a shrine in the sky, and I don't think I had to do a crystal thing for it. I think it was just a shrine in the sky. I walk in, it's like Raru's blessing. I'm like, oh, cool, okay. Doom, open the chest. Man, I got too many weapons. Then I'm like, okay, go up the stairs. Then all of a sudden it goes. I'm like,
I did that.
All of a sudden I was like, wait, is that below me, or is that?
I was very confused on what I was
like,
looking
wait,
at.
I need to rotate the camera. I was like, oh, okay. And then I'm like, wait, okay, there's 2 braziers. What are they called?
Baby.
Take off that brazier, my dear. What are they called? Braziers? Braziers?
Braze,
I think they are called braziers.
It might just be brazier.
Or braziers, maybe. Things that you can light.
Torches.
Torches that are not lit. And I just go bing, bing, bing. And I was like, wait a minute. It gave me fire. That's what it was. I was like, there's fire fruit trees. Let me look. Bing, bing, bing. And then it's like, then it gets one of those. I love those friggin' not the springs, but the things that are like up on the sky islands and stuff that it's like, usually if you get somewhere and you're like, man, I'd like to go to that thing over there. It's got like the catapult, with the push thing. And that's got a push thing that just goes straight up. And then you go over there. And I was like, I just love that even that a blessing shrine. I'm like, I'm just going to walk up the stairs. Whoa! I love this game. I've talked a lot. What's changed for you in the last week?
I'm nowhere near done with this game yet, both like mentally and physically, whatever. But I'm at least to the point before I beat the game, I was playing it 4 or 5 hours at a clip usually. Yeah. Now I'm like, I'm fine to just play for like 30, 45 minutes. And then that's one thing I do like about the Switch. Not that I mean, with PS5, it's definitely better, but like, I just feel like it's so much easier to just pick up the
Man-Zero
controller, pick up the controller, and I'm in.
Yeah.
Like, it just feels like it's not that big of a deal to just pick it up and play for a little bit. I've been spending a lot of time in the depths. I have pretty much 100% of the west half of the map
lit up.
Lit up, yeah. Which was also nice because that found me probably
More shrines.
7 or 8 shrines on the surface that I haven't done, and now I know right where they are. So that's now, before I came here, that's what I was doing because I'm not ready to go back to the depths yet. The one, remember how I told you, oh, there's more than one in the depths? I don't want to give it away. Remember I said, hey, I finally found blank in the depths? And then I told you, oh, I found it again?
Yeah.
I found it at least once, if not twice more since then.
Are you sure you're not walking back to the same area?
Totally different areas.
Okay.
So
there's a bunch of them.
I also found the second one. I found the first one, and I found the second one.
I found the first one, but
and then I found the
avoided
first
it.
one 2 or 3 times since then.
I found the first one, but I was like, I saw it flying around, and I saw it's a deep pit, but I was like, I don't know how this is going to work when I don't have, updrafts and stuff. So I was like,
they just create it. It's just,
okay,
it's there.
I figured, but I was like, I don't want to deal with this. I can see the light route I'm headed towards.
I fought him. I fought the second guy. Fought him. Saw the first guy again. Fought him again. And I've seen him at least once, if not twice, since then. And I'm like, I'm not fighting him anymore. All it gives you is 100 things.
Yeah. I've already got 7 full batteries.
I think I'm at 7.
I can only get 1 more battery. I'm like, I think I've got enough, guys. And also, by the way, sometimes if you make a wing with your, you got your steering wheel and your fans and you go, even if your batteries don't run out, have you ever had it where the thing starts blinking green?
Yeah, it just
because it will despawn.
after
I'm
a
like,
while.
oh crap.
One thing I saw on Twitter today. Oh, it's in my pocket. The recall. I'm not going to say it breaks the game, but there's a lot of it's so simple. I saw somebody pick up like a piece of metal or what, something like this with Ultra Hand, and they're basically holding it like this, and then they rotate it, and then they go and it's probably resting on something.
They turn it into a catapult?
So then they go and stand on it and then recall. So all it's doing is undoing the rotation,
right.
And it just goes and it launches you like crazy.
It doesn't do it slowly?
No, it's no. It's like
Well, now
and it just
now I got something to try tomorrow.
It launches you. I'm like, oh, I want to try that. But yeah, I don't know. Did you look at your percentage at all?
Oh crap. Nope.
I think I'm 42.3 or something like I'm not even halfway done with this game, and most of it's stuff that I'm never going to do.
You're not going to
get
get
1,000
Korok
Korok seeds. I think I've got
29.
I think I'm probably around there. I'm in the 20s, I would say.
Have you done anything mean to them yet?
Nothing crazy.
I found this one down in a canyon in Gerudo Desert, but it was I was doing a crystal shrine, and it was pointing me to where the crystal was, and it's down this river, and then they give you this vehicle that's got 6 wheels and a steer, and I just spawned a steer. I was like, this is awesome. So I'm like, fine, I'll put you on here because it's on the way to the crystal. I'll drop you off with your little stupid friend and get my 2 little poop drops. Fine, cool. But I'm like, I hate these.
Wait, do you get 2 for that?
If you
I
bring
guess
them
makes
somewhere, you get
sense.
2. If you just find one, you
I
get
never
1.
thought about that.
But they suck. I hate these little guys. Every time from now on when I see one, I'm going to do the Jesus Christ thing to it and set it on fire, or I'm going to strap a rocket and just send it you want to go see your friend? Here you go. And I don't care. I hate them. This game is it's not perfect. No game is perfect. But man, it's one of my favorite games of all time, but I can't, like we said last week, I think I can't see myself ever starting it over. Just like I can't see myself. Elden Ring is a top 10 game for me now.
It's
I can
tough.
never see me starting that from scratch either.
I think it will be almost impossible for me to ever put anything over Link to the Past or Ocarina, because those games just have so much replay value in that I just go back and play them and play them and play. Now, I haven't played Ocarina in a long time, but I'm never gonna. Yeah, I will never start Elden Ring over again. But at least that's got New Game Plus.
Yes.
I kind of wish this did.
Maybe
I don't know that I would play it again anyway, just because it seems like so much more. I would play it differently the second time through. Because I kind of want to see how the stuff that we did out of order would play out if you didn't do it out of order.
Well, you could just look it up.
I could, yeah.
I'm sure it's just going to be like, okay, now start this quest, and then everything happens the same. Or no, you probably got to figure stuff out to figure out where you're supposed to go. It's going to be one of those branching things. And then it's like, oh, you got to go there.
Right. I don't know that I've ever had as much fun as I've had playing this game.
Yeah.
It's up there and probably surpassed Elden Ring in terms of just being a game that I just never stop thinking about. Yeah. I'm obsessed. Now, once Final Fantasy comes out, assuming it's at least good, that's going to eat up a lot of my time, and that's probably when I will put this game away. Maybe not for good. It maybe till DLC inevitably comes out. I'm traveling for work in August. Like, I could see bringing it. I'll probably be done with Final Fantasy by then.
Hopefully you don't have Joy-Con drift like I do. I got to find another.
I don't think
one
I've
of my other
noticed
left
it.
Joy-Cons. I do. I put it down, all of a sudden, like I said, he's just like...
So, I don't know. I think once I'm done with this game, unless I get the itch because of travel, which will happen, or...
Dead Skin or Booker?
It was sticky stuff from the label. Or... I don't remember which one I said, but either work travel or DLC. That's probably the only way I would come back to this game. And I love it, but I would like to get all the shrines. I'm not going to go back to this game and be like, I guess I can try to find all the Koroks. Like,
no.
There's no point.
My plan right now, that could change on Friday.
I want to finish the depths, and I want to get all the shrines. Yeah. If I do that, I don't know what else. I know what I could do, but that's probably going to be it for the game.
That's what I want to do, too.
And I think I can get there before Final Fantasy comes out.
Oh, yeah.
I assume there's 20 would be my guess of those other things that you can find to upgrade the things. Just makes sense that there's probably 20.
Oh, to do each
because I haven't tried to
I've still only got 2.
I've gotten 5 total, but I'm like, I assume there's enough to do everything once.
I feel like I'm powerful enough that I don't even care.
Yeah, I don't even care about those, but that just tells me I still have not explored the sky enough.
That's what
If I'm right that there's 20 of those and I've only found 5, like, I feel like I've been to, well, no, there's still a couple large groups of islands that I haven't even touched. And I'm sure there's plenty of islands, just little random ones throughout the map that I also haven't done anything on. So that's probably where I'm missing a lot of those. I'm sure there's tons of shrines up there that I haven't found, but...
Wasn't Gangsta Superstar Islands in the Sky? Ghetto Superstar. Islands in the sky.
Islands in the stream.
Run away with me. Yeah, not the sky. Okay, never mind. Trying to make a connection there and it wasn't there. But that's what I was doing a lot today. Was I did a little bit in the depths, but then I went up because I was like, I wonder what these things are. And it was just, I was like, well, I got to do all 3 now. This is awesome. Or all 9, I guess it is. But
yeah. I've also gotten to the point now when I'm in the depths, when I'm just trying to find all the roots, whatever they're called.
Light roots.
I couldn't care less that the gloom is down there. I'm running right through it.
Mm-hmm. Unless it's like
I've got enough health, and I know that before too long, I'm going to get to another route, which is going to get rid of it all anyway.
Just refill your hearts. I've got so many also. I've stopped using my... If I'm like in a boss... Oh, have you found the boss that's down there that's not one of those things? I remember I found it super early on, was like, hell no, ran away, forgot about it. Stumbled upon it today, kicked its butt.
Frogs?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, they're like... They're not really... I mean, I guess they're a boss. They're kind of like Hinox. Yeah, it's just another...
It's like a Gleeok.
Yeah.
Except way easier.
Yeah.
I still haven't... Oh, you know what? And then, that's what I got to go.
Oh, you got to fight Gleeok.
I got to fight a Gleeok, yeah.
Go big and go for King Gleeok.
Nope.
It's probably not any worse. He's just got all 3 elements. He's just got all 3,
that's true.
Maybe...
I'm sure he's got more HP, too.
Probably, but... Yeah.
Zelda's amazing. Anything else?
Zelda's Belder.
It is Belder. Speaking of things that weren't so amazing, Sean, you want to get the news of the week? So there's only one news item, but it is a big one, and obviously that is the PlayStation Showcase, which finally happened last week. Do you want to do overall thoughts before we get into it or after it?
I mean, high level overall thoughts.
I thought it was okay.
It was not good.
No.
It did not feel like a state of play. I mean, it didn't. It felt like a state of play,
it felt
not
like a long
showcase.
state of play.
Yeah.
It was like, at best, I would give it a C. And that's probably being
And
generous
that's-
because of one main reason.
Yeah.
Without that, it's like an F.
Yeah.
All right, let's go through it. So they kick us off with Haven's first game. Of course, Haven was acquired by PlayStation. It's Jade Raymond's new studio. And it's called Fair Gains. And the S is a $sign. And as soon as I saw that, I thought, this showcase is going to be what I worried it was. And I can't remember if I said it last week or not. But I was worried because games as a service is going to be such a focus for Sony. I'm like, this is not the PlayStation that I'm used to. But what are you going to do about it? Fair Gains, the S is a $sign. I think that's a meta thing there. I know it's all about heists and stuff, but it's like, no, we want to microtransaction you to death.
Yeah.
CGI trailer, that's going to be a thing for this whole showcase. Squad-based gameplay, it is coming out to PS5 and PC. I assume just about every games as a service that they're working on is going to come to PS5 and PC.
Probably.
Is my guess. What do you think about Fair Gain $sign?
I don't care. As with a lot of these games, I don't care. If it's a free PS Plus game and they make all their money out like Fortnite, like, okay, I'll check it out.
That's what I wonder.
Might make for a fun Let's Play, but like in general, I don't care.
I think these kind of games are going to be free to play.
I hope so. I mean, I wouldn't even say I hope so. If they are, I'll at least check them out.
If they're not, I ain't even playing it.
Yeah.
Then here comes Jim Ryan, the true gamer. He talks and he's like, "Hi, I am Jim Ryan, and these are games." And then he goes away. I don't even remember what he said. Do you?
I can't. No.
I wrote Jim Ryan, true gamer here. I wish it would have said Jim Ryan, and then instead of president of SIE, whatever, it would have said true gamer as his title. Then this one actually has me intrigued when it comes to games as a service. And I don't know that you would call this a games as a service. I don't think it really is, but who knows. Helldivers 2 was in the NVIDIA leak 2 years ago or whatever it was. 3 years ago at this point. I can't remember. It's finally real. It's finally coming. It's coming to PS5 and PC this year. The one thing I noticed, this wasn't all CG. That was a lot of gameplay. And did you ever play Helldivers, the original one? Because it was on PS Plus, but I can't remember if it was before you got your PS4.
Did it look like this?
No. It was like a top-down kind of isometric.
Okay, so it is the game I'm thinking
here,
of.
and then you go over here, and there's all these aliens.
I was wondering about that. I'm like, am I thinking of a different game? Because I'm like, if Helldivers 1 is what I'm thinking it is, this is a huge leap.
It is a huge
But I think I'm thinking of the wrong game. But now I'm thinking maybe I'm thinking of the right game.
I don't know what you're saying. You lost me because it sounded like you were saying it is what I thought it was, but I think I was thinking of something else. But maybe I was not. It is this thing. Anyways,
it looks kind of cool. I mean, I don't know. It looks cool.
I'm glad this is finally out there because this is one of those other games you can go to the NVIDIA leak and you can go check. By the way, another thing that was in the NVIDIA leak that I assumed was going to be here and I should have predicted it, but it doesn't matter because it would have been wrong, is the Final Fantasy Tactics remaster, remake, whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
Nope, not here. That's going to be a theme. I cannot wait to go over our predictions. I think I won 0.5 to nothing.
I got 0.33333.
So 0.5 to the third, yeah. But yeah, it looks super cool. Next up, Immortals of Avium. I knew this was announced. A lot of people were saying we hadn't seen it yet, but I'm like, I feel like I've seen this first-person magic shooter before. But maybe it's the PSVR 2 game I was thinking of. But everyone I heard talk was like, oh, this is the first time we've seen Immortals of Avium. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I've seen this, not like seeing the characters talking and stuff, but I thought I had seen the gameplay before. Or the Final Fantasy IX Remake, exactly. It looks cool. It's out July 20th. It ain't for me.
No, it's different enough from most first-person shooters that I'm at least kind of like. My interest is like a 2 out of 10 instead of a 1, but I think I'll pass.
This is one of those things that I would call, at least for me and my tastes, if I ever got my Xbox back from my kids, which if I don't end up getting a Series X before Starblade, what the hell is it called? Starfield comes out. Starblade. That sounds cool. That's probably already a game. That sounds cool.
You're probably combining Starfield and
Elder Blade.
No, Hellblade.
Where is Hellblade?
That too.
This would be a good Game Pass game is what I'm saying. This is like, I don't want to buy it, but it looks like it'd be fun. That'd be one of those, I'll download it. I'll take up 50 gigs on my Xbox to try it out. It looks, maybe I'll like it, whatever. But if it's a $70 game, which I assume it is, I'm not buying it.
No.
Next up, Ghost Runner 2 was announced. I never played the first one. People said it was good.
I don't remember the first one.
I remember it, but I get it confused with another game. For some reason, I think I get it confused with Ghostwire Tokyo just because of Ghost, I guess. But they are not at all the same. But it's coming out this year, so yay. Sword of the Sea was revealed. It uses the artists that previously did Journey, The Pathless, and Abzu. Cool. That seems like a great PS Plus extra game. Day one.
Yeah.
Play through it in 2 hours, whatever, be done with it. Anything to say there?
No.
Next up, the Talos Principle 2 is out this year. This is a sequel to the Talos Principle, and it's a puzzle game. Next up, the saddest trailer I've seen in a long time was on, and that is for a game called Neva or Neva.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
All I remember is this was the game I was like, well, this art style is cool, whatever. Oh, there's a big wolf deer dog thing. Cool. Okay. And then there's all this Black Death coming, and it's like, oh no. And then the devil dog, no, he's not a devil dog. He's a good boy. Then the deer dog wolf is like to its baby. It seems like the baby was okay. But then it's like, the human's like, raw, fume, fume, fume. And then the deer dog, I want to say devil dog, devil dogs, diamond dogs. That's what I was thinking. He's like, and then he goes, boom, and then Neva, I'm guessing that's the girl's name. She walks over and she hugs. I'm like, come on, open your eyes, open your eyes, open your eyes. And then the little baby comes over and it's like, it hugs her. I'm like, F you, game. I am not playing this. This is horrible.
No chance.
Looks great. Not playing it. Then we had a trailer for Cat Quest Pirates of the Caribbean.
Okay. I've been wanting to say this ever since I watched this.
Oh boy.
At this point, this is by far the game of the show. And I say that with no...
Wasn't it kind of... now I'm forgetting it. My draft thing is done unless Final Fantasy 9 Remake and Remake 2, 7 Remake 2 are announced during the summer game thing.
And somehow come out this year.
I'm screwed if Hollow Knight 2 doesn't come out, because right now that would mean The Last of Us Part 1. There's a good chance on PC is going to count for me at a 57. So I'm done. Didn't this kind of give you Oceanhorn vibes or something?
Kind of, yeah.
It looks cool, and I appreciate the name.
It kind of gave me also like Paper Mario vibes. Like when I saw this, I'm just like, okay, this is by far the best thing they've shown yet.
There's another game later on that gave me those vibes too, and that game looks coolish. But we'll get there in a second.
Yeah.
But then the game of the show was revealed, and that is Foam Stars. It popped up.
Foam Star Wonder.
If you're going to start a trailer at a PlayStation showcase and say Square Enix,
and then you show this,
and then you bring out Fortnite Splatoon, what is happening? And I think this is a PlayStation exclusive. So they paid for this crap. I don't think this was one of the so many games that's coming to Xbox. It literally is Splatoon, but instead of shooting paint, you shoot bubbles. And you can walk on the bubbles and you can surf on them. What the hell? Who looked at that and was like, oh my God, I can't wait. Like, Splatoon works on the Switch because the Switch, no matter what we think, it's very good for kids.
But we've already got a George.
We have a George, and we hate that George. We hate that George.
Yes, we do hate that George.
This looks so bad.
Yes.
Just bad. Why is Square Enix wasting their time on this?
I have no idea.
You put up a trailer and you say Square Enix and you don't show Final Fantasy nothing.
Yeah, maybe save that Square Enix to the end of the...
Don't even put Square Enix. They should be embarrassed. Foam Stars. I didn't even write down when it's coming out because I was like, you've got to be kidding me. And then the trailer went for like, it felt like it was like 5 minutes. Yeah. And then that was a lot of CGI. And then they got to gameplay and I was like, wow, this looks like, it looks like a dumb game, but it looks like a dumb game. It looks bad. It looks bad and it looks bad.
Yeah.
Next up though, one of my favorite games, The Plucky Squire. Now, I don't know if we've ever heard about this before. We have?
We have, okay. But I think when it was shown before, it was at an Xbox event or something.
But was it only in the book?
No, they show you coming out of it.
They do, okay.
As soon as I saw
rolling around the rooms and stuff, this game looks cool.
No, as soon as I saw it, I'm like, God, I hope this comes to PlayStation. So it was nice to see that here. This is now my game of the show.
So far,
it's up there. It's a notch above Cat Quest, Pirates of the Caribbean. But yeah, I cannot wait for this game.
And it's out this year. So that's something cool. Like this year so far, for me at least, like if I look at my game of the year list.
It kind of reminds me, I mean, I think it'll be way better. Paper Mario meets like, it gives me, not to knock the game, but it kind of reminds me of like Blossom Tales, but way better. Where it's like, like you can see like the words, and it's like how in Blossom Tales, like, ooh, and then all of a sudden there's a group of pirates. No, I think it was a group of skeletons, right, and you like pick, and I think there's some parts that are like that where it's like, ooh, they got to this, but the switch was on, and then you hit it, and it's like, ooh, the switch was off. Like there's a little like story. Put it in the dock. Yeah, I get it.
Okay. Looks cool as hell. I can't wait.
Yeah.
But yeah, what I was going to say, and I just checked my game of the year list, all I've played this year so far, we are almost to the midway point of this year, are AAA games. I've not played a new indie yet this year.
That's true, yeah.
Look what Casey just sent me. My 9-year-old just texted me, can I be on this podcast?
Well, if you invited him up, what would he even have to say? I think he would get stage fright. I think he would just be like, never mind. Love you, Casey.
Love you, bud. I'm telling him if he wants to come up and say hi, that's fine. So we may have a guest here. All right. Then Teardown. And I was like, this is Minecraft, except everything explodes. And then I was like, haven't I seen this before? It's been out on PC for like 2 or 3 years.
Oh, it didn't look... I mean, it looked familiar in that it looked like Minecraft.
Yeah.
But I did not know this
was
my
first notes before I realized it was Teardown, and I didn't realize it was Teardown until they said it. I was like, oh yeah, I have heard of this game. I wrote down in my original notes, somebody else is making Minecraft? Like, what is happening? And then the actual game of the show happens. And my prediction is finally right 7 years later. I put up my reaction video. I didn't go too crazy because it was like I couldn't even believe what I was seeing. Sean thought, by the way, my reaction video to the reveal of Metal Gear Solid Delta, Snake Eater. He's like, you watched that before, right? I was like, no, I was watching it and then I just hit record. I was hitting record.
The fact that there was a bird and you're just like, is that the Yun's parrot? I'm like, there's no way.
It was a jungle and the parrot was because I was looking for Metal Gear Solid 3. I was like, it's got to be there. It's got to be there. And I saw that freaking parrot and I was like, is that the end's parrot? But then when it goes, and I didn't even realize when I was watching videos after it, the dead frog is one of the frogs you can get in Snake Eater. If I would have realized that, I would have known right then. It's the poison dart frog, the one that's like red with blue legs, the one that the parrot picks up. But I knew that was him. But then when the parrot lands and everything, I was like, okay, we're in a swamp. I don't know. And then here comes a snake trying to eat the thing. So glad the parrot got away. That's fantastic. And then crocodile comes up and they're rolling and rolling and rolling and rolling. And I'm like, I think I said in the video, I was like, okay, I don't know what this is. Because in my mind, I was like, I don't really know. I don't really know that this is how I would show Snake Eater because I don't know what's happening right now. Also, if you go back, when that parrot's flying, the other thing, when I was like, that's the end's parrot. When he flies through that electrified fence, I was like, I think I said in the video, I was like, oh my God. And then after it was when the snake tries to eat. Because that electrified fence is, remember there's one time...
Jurassic Park.
No, God damn it. When you jump, you got to jump and do the flip thing through it. You mean CG of the show. I thought the same thing, Sean, about Kevin's reactions. Oh my God! There's a fence with a hole in it that's electrified, and you got to remember you can jump and do your roll through it. Do you remember that? And there's another time you sneak under it. But I knew then I was like, okay, but then it was the snake eating. And then it was like, and then it pans out and it's like, and I'm like, come on. And then you see a silhouette and I'm like, oh my God. And then he barely comes in the light and I see the hair and I see the bandana and it's freaking real. And then boom, 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 boom. Snake Eater kicks in. What a thrill. Oh my God. It's literally been 7 years I've been predicting this. Since July or June. It was June. I'm weird with dates. I think it was our June 30th, 2016 episode when I was mad about the pachinko, but I said, and by the way, this so far looks a hell of a lot better than the pachinko did. When you go back and look at the pachinko trailers back then, I was like, wow, this looks good. Snakes like this. Like anybody that talks, they look lifeless. The boss looks like she's 70 years old. It was super weird. Now this is only CG. We haven't seen gameplay yet, but they did release screenshots from in the game. Did you see them?
Looks beautiful. Yeah.
Oh my God. They show the screenshot at the very beginning of the game where you remember the tree and then the branch with your backpack there. I'm like, they're doing it. And then you see Rasvet, which is the bombed out warehouse thing where you see Ocelot the first time, where you find Sokolov and you take him back to the bridge and then the thing happens. I'm like, can I talk about spoilers?
I think you could have before. Now
game?
I think you can't.
Now I shouldn't. It looks so good, and the crocodile looks like in my mind when I think of Metal Gear Solid 3. That screenshot of the crocodile, that's what it looks like in Metal Gear Solid 3. It don't. So it is officially called Metal Gear Solid Delta because.
But are they calling it that, or is it just kind of stylized?
No, it's actually they've been tweeting.
That's part of the title.
Metal Gear account has been calling hashtag Metal Gear Solid Delta.
They're writing out DELTA. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because in the video, I was like, is that a Delta sign? Triangle? I was like, Metal Gear Triangle? What the hell is happening? But they said they went with Delta. And it makes sense to get rid of the 3. Although I think I said last week, I think they would just call it Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater. Because now that they're actually doing this, I really do think what they're going to do. Now, in a perfect world, they would do Metal Gear 1 and 2.
Metal Gear Solid Alpha.
It's not going to happen. Street Fighter Alpha was awesome. But I do think they're going to go Metal Gear Solid 3, 1, 2, 4. Who knows? Even if they do that, that'll be 15 years from now. But I don't know. Sorry. But they're calling it Delta because Delta, they said, and this was from the Metal Gear official account, Delta means change without changing the structure. I'm like, I thought Delta just
I don't know about that.
Change,
I think it just means change. But
whatever.
Yeah.
And the Metal Gear account also did say that they will be faithfully reproducing the story and game design of Metal Gear Solid 3 with new elements. The new elements are going to be, I hope it's what I've...
Better at least controls.
Controls, obviously. Hopefully you can crouch walk. I forgot this because I saw somebody said it in a video or on Twitter or something. In the 3DS version that I was telling you about, they gave him the crouch walk from Peace Walker and then 5 and everything.
I think I forgot you couldn't do that.
If you want to sneak up on somebody, you got to walk really slow or you got to crawl. Now, obviously, you're going to be able to do the crouch.
Crawl, smug, and self-satisfied.
Yeah, and then when you see the screenshot of the bridge, jackass, when you see the screenshot of the bridge and the two dudes are walking across it and they've got the walkie-talkie here and they've got the red thing, and then when you get past there's the guy in the opening and there's the log that you can crawl inside. That log is there. The tree, they are doing it one for one, at least with the environments. That makes me really happy. What I do wonder is every new area going to be Dramuchi North, Dramuchi South, or is it just going to be one seamless thing?
I think the latter.
And I think that's
without making it like open world.
Yeah,
but I think it will be as seamless.
It should be like Resident Evil 4, Uncharted, whatever. It should be like like Resident Evil. Yeah. What else? They did announce that the original voiced cast is returning. However, what I think that means, and what a lot of other people think it means, is they're just using, which I'm perfectly fine with, the original recordings from Metal Gear Solid 3. And then they'll have whoever the voice actor is say,
You're telling me there
"This
won't be
is
a
Snake."
single line of dialogue
We don't
that
know.
wasn't in there? I don't believe that. I think there will be new recordings.
Everyone's 20 years older.
Yeah, but if you're a good voice actor,
Also, I did not know this. No one knows.
David Hayter sounded perfect in the cameo video compared to like Metal Gear Solid 1.
I know.
So
Oh, God,
time's a flat circle.
I cannot believe. I want a snake grip block. No one knows who was the voice actor for Eva in 3. I never knew this because she, for some reason, she went under a pseudonym. Like if you go back and look at Metal Gear Solid 1, all the names there, except David Hayter, they were all pseudonyms for some reason. I don't know why. And Eva went by a pseudonym. And now it's 20 years later, and apparently no one knows who actually, I mean, Konami knows, obviously, but it's not like well-known, like Patrick Keaton was Ocelot, David Hayter was Snake, and yada, yada, yada.
Somebody should use Sue Denim as a pseudonym.
Okay. And then, so yeah, I don't know. I don't really care either way, because the voice acting was perfect in the first one, so I don't really care either way. Then this news came. We've heard forever that this game was being made by the South Korean studio Virtuous Mission. I was like, okay, is this like Blue Box Studios, whatever? It's actually Virtuos, OS, not OUS. But Konami is developing this internally with assistance from Virtuos. And that was the first time where I was like, They made internally Metal Gear Survive, Contra Rogue Core, whatever it was called, that horrible game. They did make the Castlevania game on this, which apparently has been shut down.
Really?
Or well, I mean, I think you can still play it, but there's no new content or anything. I don't know, but
All right.
I gotta think they have talent there, though.
Do you think when you're playing this game 3 years from now?
No,
Do you
I'll tell you
think-
when it's coming out, and it's pretty obvious. What?
I'm thinking 11/11/22. Oh wait, that's already passed. 12.
Next November is the 20th anniversary.
11,
And I think it
11.
was 11/11. I think it was November 11th, 2004. I can't remember that date for sure, but or November 10th actually, I think it was.
When you play this game, opening credits, will it say a
No.
Hideo Kojima game? You don't think it will?
He made Metal Gear Solid 5 and they took his name off of that.
Well,
Before that was even
Yeah.
announced that he had left. It was just like, it used to say Hideo Kojima game on your PS4 and now it just says
nah, that sucks.
it does, but like again, I don't want Metal Gear to ever go away. Kojima doesn't want to do Metal Gear anymore. He hadn't wanted to do Metal Gear since Metal Gear Solid 2, which he wanted to call Metal Gear Solid 3, just to screw with people's minds. Even more about the whole information thing, blah, blah, blah. He doesn't want to make it, so I don't want him
It's like Goat
to make
Simulator.
it. Ghost what?
Goat Simulator.
I thought you said Ghost Melior. Yeah, Ghost Simulator did that. And that's what I said when it was announced 3. I was like, this is what that's when I said it for the first time on the podcast. I think I said Metal Gear Solid 2 was supposed to be Metal Gear Solid 3, but then Konami was like, you've gone too far now. You can't call the second game the third game. I just can't believe it's real. Like I remember one of the podcasts you were like, we were talking about Final Fantasy VII Remake, and I can't remember if it was when we played it, but you were like, I just hope, because Final Fantasy VII, obviously, they're probably never going to remake Ocarina of Time.
Nah.
The 3DS version is probably the closest we're going to get, and that game is immaculate. But you're like, I hope you get. Yeah, it was when it came out. You're like, I hope you get this with Metal Gear, and I appreciate that.
There's something about
Night, John.
like, and you'll go through the same exact thing, but like when I played that, and it was just like, and I'm just like, I mean, that's the song from many Final Fantasy games, but like the menu, the sound of just moving from like, you know, new game to options, whatever, like the sound effects, the opening music, the cutscene. There was literally, it was just this like, I can't believe this is happening. Like ever since the PS3 tech demo, people were like, "Oh my god, are they doing this?" And they're like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, no. We're just saying this is what it could. Look what we can do." And then it eventually happened. But yeah, no, I'm happy for you. It's
also
crazy.
I don't give a crap. This is one of those. As soon as I can preload it, I'm going to do it. I'm not waiting for reviews. I don't care. If this game is a 50 on Metacritic, I don't care. I have to see it through. After this long, my favorite game of all time, I have to play it. I have to see it all the way through. I cannot wait. Also was announced out this fall.
Okay, so bottom line, well, I guess you said, okay, yeah, faithfully reproducing the story. So they're not going to pull a Final Fantasy VII. No, this is just a more than a remake, but not a reimagining or whatever.
No, it's going to be a remake.
Yeah.
When it comes like Resident Evil 4 was a remake.
Well, yeah.
And they
I was going to say Dead Space, but yeah.
Well, yeah, they might even add in some new stuff like story-wise or who knows. But I mean, somebody saw a hint. Oh yeah, and in the trailer, I forgot to say that because I started talking about the stupid fences. In the trailer when the Ends parrot is flying, if you look in the background, it makes no sense canonically. But you can see the Shagohod being carried by the helicopters. It's up in the top right. I didn't see it all. I had to watch when I was watching reaction videos and rewinds and stuff. I was like, oh my God, there it is there. Holy crap. Also announced in the fall coming the Metal Gear Solid Master Collection. And I didn't notice at the time, but it says Volume 1. Are you kidding me? This is going to include, it was announced Metal Gear Solid 1 through 3. Then it came out after fact, we're going to give you Metal Gear 1 and 2 also. Awesome. Now, the only thing I don't know, because they have not said what these games are actually going to be. A lot of people are reporting that they are remastered versions. So probably the version we could play on PS3. But the screenshots they show for Metal Gear Solid 1 are the crappy PlayStation graphics. Not even the PC graphics. That were much, at least, sharper edges and everything. Yeah. So let's just chill. Also, if you look at the box art, it's Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty and Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. Not Metal Gear Solid 2 Substance and Metal Gear Solid 3 Subsistence. If they give us Metal Gear Solid 3, the original, without being able to control the camera,
is that what you're talking about?
Yep, that's the Shagohod right there.
No, it's like a square in the sky.
No, if you pause it, if you actually look, you can see the helicopters and the strings going, the cables going down to it. It is 100% it. When you pause, because people have paused and been like, enhance. It is 100% it. It's a shame you didn't see the freaking thing it shoots out. What, you jackass?
I'll take your word for it.
No, you can see all the helicopters flying.
Okay, I see that now.
Thank you. All right. I can't believe it's real. It's finally happening. It will come out November next year is my guess. It ain't coming out this year, obviously. But we'll see.
I think next year is a stretch. So We've been
hearing about rumors for this game, though, since 2021. Saying that Virtuos was working on it. So that's why I think it's going to be out. I think it'll be out next year. What were you going to say?
I was just going to say, I kind of let you just take the lead there. But
yeah, what do you think?
I got to hear, so just like, what is this? I'm like, okay.
He's watching the trailer on his
I'm watching the trailer.
That's what I said here.
And I'm just like, okay. All right, we're just zooming in. I wonder if that's on purpose. It's like a delta there. Yeah. Okay.
You can tell as soon as you see the hair.
Okay, there's a guy. Well, no, it got to about here before I was like,
look at how good he looks.
Like, I just saw it. At first, I'm just like,
but look.
Okay, it's a dude. He's, okay, what is this, like Rambo? I'm like looking at him. I'm like, oh
my God, it's Snake.
It took me way longer to realize.
If you look close, like, obviously he's got mud and stuff on him.
Yeah.
But, like, he's got the splitter face paint, like the basic face paint from that. That's like the, all the stuff. It looks... If this remake ends up being as good as this teaser looks, I don't even know what to say. Like, and then the pedals from the fight with the boss.
Yeah.
Well, I'm talking about spoilers, but whatever. Metal Gear Solid, and that's why I was like, triangle? What? And that actually made me think, and it's not PlayStation exclusive. When I saw that, I was like, does that mean it's a PlayStation exclusive? like
that
the
just
triangle
looks
on PlayStation?
awesome.
It looks amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I cannot wait. It may, as good as Metal Gear Solid 5 looked, Venom Snake, Big Boss, whatever you want to call him, or Gray Fox, whatever you want to call him. I thought that looked amazing. And now,
compared
I'm
to
like,
that, it's like,
are you kidding? But it's also 8 years later, and that game was last gen and everything. All right. I'm pumped. Let's move on. This next game, honestly, I don't remember anything about it because I was just out. I was trying to make sure the recording worked. I was out of my mind. I didn't know what was happening. It's called Towers of Agazba. Agazba. I don't know. I just said I missed it because of Metal Gear Solid 3. I don't remember what it was, and I don't really care. Do you remember it?
No.
Okay.
What was the game? I apologize if I'm jumping the shark, but I'm looking at all these and I'm like, I don't think it was any of these. There's one game I think was a first-person shooter, or maybe
it was Synapse.
The trailer at least made it look like it was a first-person shooter, and it almost looked like it was 13. It had that kind of art style. Do you remember what game that was? I know we've already gotten the 13 remake.
Was it Arizona Sunshine? The VR zombie game?
That may have been it. And then, okay. No, I think that was it because it did turn out to be zombies. Okay.
So you don't know Towers of Agazba?
No.
Okay. Alan Wake 2 got a trailer, and it is officially coming out October 17th after the voice actor told us it was coming out in October. I have not played the first one. This trailer looked freaking awesome. It makes me want to go back and play the remastered, and I know that's been a theme in the Discord as well. James, let me know if I should play it. Then, also, James, this one's for you. Assassin's Creed Mirage was officially unveiled. It's out October 12th. I watched this trailer, and I was like, this looks freaking awesome. However, in the Ass Creed fan base, people are like, oh, man, a 15-hour Assassin's Creed game. We want more Valhalla that takes 250 hours to beat. I'm like,
how do they already know that?
I think Ubisoft has said that that Mirage was not going to be this grand. They're going back to what made Assassin's Creed with the first 3 games.
Okay.
Which to me, I'm like, yes, that I would like to play. I don't want to play Valhalla for 200 hours.
No.
So I don't know. What did you think about Ass Creed Mirage?
It looks cool. I've still never played an Assassin's Creed game. I don't know when one of them will hook me enough to get me to play it.
If
I almost bought
happening.
Valhalla just because I'm like, I
War.
want something to play on my PS5. And I almost bought that. And I probably would have liked it, but now knowing what I know about it and just how crazy it is, it's probably good that I didn't buy it.
Yeah.
It's probably not a good Assassin's Creed to start with, I guess. But I don't know. Probably won't play it, but it did look good.
It looks really good. I'm excited for this, but it depends what else is coming out around that time, so we'll see. Then Revenant Hill was revealed, and I don't remember anything about this.
Me neither.
Okay. Then Grand Blue Fantasy Relink is coming out this winter. And I don't know. Apparently it's been in Japan for a while. I don't care. It's an anime-ass looking game, and I just don't care. Was it that?
No. This made me think of Borderlands. It's not this one. But that did look cool.
Then maybe it was Synapse.
Maybe.
Because that was the other VR shooter.
I don't even remember if it was a VR game.
Yeah.
I'll know as soon as I see it. No.
And then we got another trailer for Street Fighter 6.
No, that's not it.
We don't need any more trailers. However, reviews went up today as we're recording this. 92.
That's impressive for a
I thought
fighting game.
If it was in the 80s, I was going to be happy. Everyone, the reviews, the biggest thing I saw from it, and it's not like I need to worry about spoilers, so I can read reviews and stuff on this. This is not like Zelda or Metal Gear or anything. They said it's the most feature-rich Street Fighter game at launch ever, with the best roster of fighters, since the heyday, since Street Fighter 2.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is why I pre-ordered it. Like, it was so much fun. I don't know how much I'm actually going to play it, but I know my boys are going to play it like crazy. Casey's already like, when does Street Fighter 6 come out? When does Street Fighter 6 come out? So he's all about it. But yeah, 92 on Metacritic. It looks awesome. Did the 92 make you think maybe?
I already knew it was going to be good, but I also know what I'm getting. It's Street Fighter. I don't really care to play online. I'm not just going to continue. I'm not just going to go arcade mode. Like, I'm looking forward to playing it here against you,
Oh, should we do a
but
stream
not
on
enough
Friday?
to buy it. It comes out this Friday.
Yeah.
I'm down.
I got to look at my
Whatever.
schedule. Okay.
If we're gonna do a tournament, we got to do it before you get really good at it. So the
Right.
earlier we do it, the better.
In a tournament, we're just going to play it. I mean, we can do it. We could play it like we can warm up for an hour and then do a best of 3 where I'm Ryu every time and you're Blanca.
Yeah.
Next up was Ultros coming out next year. This is the game that I said it looks like a Metroidvania, but I don't really know. It had that
I
cool
assume
art
it's
style.
a Metroidvania.
It looked cool.
It just looks like it would be. It does look good, yeah.
But I was really like, I think at first, because I don't remember what it looks like, I was like, is this Blasphemous 2? Because all of a sudden I'm like,
No.
I want to play this game. But I know it's coming out this year. But
Supposedly, yeah.
Then Tower of Fantasy, I wrote down, it's another anime-ass game. I don't know. Dragon's Dogma 2 was finally revealed. It had been confirmed that it was in the works, but now it's actually out there. Apparently there were rumors for years that this was going to have co-op. It does not have co-op. And they gave no release date or release window, just CGI stuff. So, yeah. Never played Dragon's Dogma the first. People love it, so yeah. Then we go from there to the PSVR 2 section of the showcase, and this is where I get disappointed. Not yet, but once it ends. RE4 VR mode is coming in a free update. All they said is that it's in development now, so it seems like it's next year.
I think it'll be this year, but I think it's going to be like November. I think it's not for a while.
Now, I could not... Some people were saying this was already announced, but I'm like, I don't know that it was announced. Like, are they just thinking of the Oculus thing? Or did we assume it would because of Village?
I think because 7 got VR, well, 7 started with VR and 8 got VR. I think it was, and because there's already a 4 VR game, I think it was just kind of assumed we'd get this. Maybe they had said it. I don't know.
It looks terrifying. When Chainsaw Man comes at you and you put your knife up, I'm like, I don't know that I can do this. I don't know that I'll get through the village. Like, I don't know that I'll get through the opening cabin in this thing.
What I will say, this game, 8 is one thing. Because it's more... This being so action focused,
I was gonna say
I feel like it's going to be hard to do that in VR.
I feel like we're going to be.
Well.
I'm going to
like you're going to be like surrounded by dudes, as opposed to just like, oh god, here they come. Like, I don't know. I'm definitely going to play it.
I'm going to try it, but I'm going to have a puke bag next to me. Then we got a trailer for Arizona Sunshine 2. Apparently, a lot of people like the first one. I obviously never played it, but it's coming out this year for PSVR 2. Then Crossfire Sierra Squad was announced. And I saw the word Crossfire, and I was like, is this like Crossfire X for Xbox? Which sucked. I don't know. I would assume so. I don't know how many Crossfire games you can have, unless this is based on the CNN. OBS Studio disconnected. Well, we're still recording. Reconnection successful. All right. I don't know what happened. Hopefully we're still streaming, guys, if anybody's there. I don't know. But as long as it's recording, that's really the important thing. Yeah, we're recording. Okay. So I don't know. Then we got a trailer for Synapse, which we had seen before for PSVR 2. It's coming out July 4th. Weird day to release a game, but okay, you do you. And David Hayter tweeted out that he is doing the voice in this. Yay.
He's a busy guy.
Beat Saber is out now for PSVR. Did you predict that?
I have in the past, but not for this.
Okay. And it was out right now. And of course, my son...
I saw Nick playing it yesterday, and I'm just like, he's like, doo-doo, doo-doo.
And then...
I'm like, I can't even see what you're doing, let alone be able to see it and then react to it. Like, I don't know. It puts Guitar Hero to shame.
Once I realized that it's not just you have to hit like the left, you have to hit blue with left and right with red. You have to hit the direction.
Yeah, that's where I can't.
I was like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
I tried it on the Oculus when he got it, and I was like, I can't do this. Even if I do this on like baby ass easy mode, I can't play this. Like my brain at 41, almost 42 years old, cannot react that fast. Not happening. That's why I suck online at Call of Duty. But then that was the end of PSVR 2. Then we get a new game from Bungie, and what's old is new again. Marathon is coming back. Now, if you did not know, Bungie's been around since the early 90s. Their first games they made were called Marathon before they ever made Halo for Xbox. They were out on the Apple Pippin. Forgot it was even a thing. But they made a trilogy of Marathon games, first-person shooters. So I was like, cool. It'd be cool to get into a Bungie game from the beginning. Except it's an online extraction shooter. where it's all PvP. And I'm like, well, I don't think so. So I don't know. Is that marathon?
It will be.
That's an ad.
That's LinkedIn.
Super marathon.
I had to look this up just to because I couldn't even picture what it looks like. Oh, this is marathon too, but oh wow, okay. Yep. It looks like zero tolerance.
Player actions in the game can impact the entire game and community at large. There will be cross-play and cross-save, and there will be dedicated servers. Of course, this game is not a PlayStation exclusive because that was made clear when they bought Bungie that they will not lock games to PlayStation. Bungie basically said, you ain't buying us if you're going to do that. So there it is. Then we got a trailer for Destiny 2, The Final Shape. It was just a reveal trailer for it. Showcase for the game is coming this August. It seems like this, I don't know if this has been confirmed. I assume it has. I assume this is the final update for Destiny 2. The Final Shape is the final update. Also, Cade 6 is back from the dead. That's Nathan Fillion, if that voice sounded familiar. He was Cade 6 in the original game. I didn't know Cade 6 died, but apparently he did. Now he's back, or it seems he's back. I don't know. We could be in a dream. Who knows? It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine. And then I forget what I said, and I might say a bad word, so I'm going to stop.
Cali Pop, Bubble Spots.
Booty, 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 rocking everywhere. Then, just like Haven earlier, Firewalk Studios was up to unveil their games as a service, Concord, another CGI trailer. It's out next year on PS5 and PC. And then we go from dumb to dumber, and we get a Gran Turismo movie trailer. Now, I
do not understand this.
But was this actually saying that the guy driving the race car in this played Gran Turismo on PlayStation and then was good enough to become a race car driver?
When they said like
really
based
happening?
on a true story, and I'm like, so the movie
based on a true story?
Yes, and I don't know if that's like tongue in cheek. Like, I don't think you can say that if it's not true.
Well, you can say whatever you want,
but like, yeah, he played the game, so it's a movie about the game,
but in real life.
But it's a movie about somebody playing the game. It's just so weird.
I think at the end we're going to find out he's just had a PSVR 2 hat on the whole time.
Yeah, I could not possibly care less about it. No,
this movie's going to bomb. I know Uncharted did decent because it had Spider-Man and Vincent Papale in it, Mark Wahlberg. But this is going to bomb.
Yes.
This is going to absolutely bomb. Do you remember that racing movie in like 2000, 2001? I think it was before the Fast and the Furious. Drive.
Was that Ryan Gosling?
No,
not Ryan Gosling. Yeah, Ryan Gosling.
No, but it was the guy that. No, that was Gone in Six. No, that was Nick Cage. Let's go. I think it was the guy that was in like The Patriot or something. No, that was
Tom
Heath
Brady.
Ledger. Not Tom Brady. Drive. That was a good movie. That was
2011, and it's Ryan Gosling. So you might be thinking of a different movie.
Driver. No.
Oh, Driver.
No, that's not it. Look up Tantric Breakdown movie. Because that was when I found Tantric, the band. I know the breakdown. Everything is going to break down someday. Oh, I know the breakdown. You can find a reason that no one else is feeling this way. Tantric movie. Driver? Driven. Really?
Driven, yeah.
It was a good movie. I don't know that it was. Back then I liked it. What year was it?
Looked like it said 2000. Oh, no, 2001.
Okay. That was close. So it was the same year as
Sylvester Stallone?
What? Really? He was like the coach. Who's the guy that's the driver, the driven one?
Has a 4.6 out of 10 on IMDb.
That doesn't mean nothing.
Burt Reynolds.
I do kind of
Sylvester Stallone.
Let me look at this.
Rennie Harlan. Kip Purdue. Him. Yeah, Burt Reynolds.
That's the guy I was thinking of.
Till Schweiger. Gina Gershon.
Was in it? Let me see the poster. Yep, that was it. That was a decent. Oh, what does Rotten Tomatoes say? That looks bad.
14%.
Oh boy. Okay. I think I might even have that on DVD. I need to see if I still have that. Anyways, before we get to the final game of the showcase,
box office 54.7 million. Budget 72 to 94 million.
But did it come up when you did Tantric Breakdown movie?
It kind of, even though I searched for Driver.
Oh, okay.
But it was close enough. That
I told you to search for Tantric.
I searched Driver movie Tantric Breakdown.
and it went. All right, so the long rumored is now official. Project Q, so we don't have a real name for it, but it was officially unveiled. It's out this fall. It is a DualSense with a screen in the middle. Looks like it'll be comfortable. Ain't no way. By the way, they are going to have so much trouble marketing this thing. This is not a streaming PlayStation 5 in your hand. No. This is a streaming PlayStation 5 in your hand if you own a PS5 and you're at home on your Wi-Fi that the PS5 is on.
You have to be on the same network?
I don't know.
I don't think
Probably
so.
not. But either
still.
way, you have to be on Wi-Fi and you have to have a PS5. This is basically like the backbone controller.
This is stupid.
It's stupid. If this costs more
they
than
need to
$100,
just shut it down. This is the dumbest thing ever.
You can use your phone. You can use your iPad. You can hook up
and
your
that doesn't even work
DualSense
that
to these.
well.
No. It's so stupid. If it costs more than $100, they're idiots.
Yeah.
Then they also unveiled the much rumored PlayStation earbuds. And I'm like, oh,
I like
cool.
that.
I do, but I'm like,
I don't know that I'll get them. But I like it.
I like my Pulse headset though.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Then
if they're if they're
Cape Purple,
if they're what's the word?
Comfortable?
No. If they're compatible
with everything,
with PSVR 2, which I assume they would be, that's what I would want them for.
Oh yeah, because
they're probably way too much money for me to buy just to use when I'm playing VR.
I would bet they're just $100, like the Pulse headset.
Maybe. That might be like a Christmas present or something.
Yeah. And then they end things off with Spider-Man 2, as we thought. Starts out in the jungle. Some people were like, is this another Metal Gear remake? But it's Kraven, obviously. You should know that. And he's like, you are not as good a hunter as I am. And then he kills the guy. And they're like, for some reason, he's like, I need something better to hunt. And they're like, hey, check out my iPad. Look at this big old lizard in New York City. New York City? What was that from? New York City? Wasn't that like a bean commercial or something?
It was salsa. This salsa's made in
New York City? What was the salsa?
Paste picante? I don't know.
Was it Chi-Chi's?
I don't think so. I'm going to go with paste picante.
So we see Kraven, and then we see Peter Parker has the symbiote. We do not see Venom in this trailer at all. So I like that. I like that it's going to be...
Paste thick and chunky. It does look good.
Oh my God, I remember this. New York City? Also, why is it his fault? They all like it. Poor guy. Anyways, so we see Spider-Man. He's got the symbiote. I like that. He's like,
Miles, come help me.
Not quite like that.
But then... Okay, so let's just go through the notes I have here, and then we'll talk about the trailer. You can switch between the Spider-Men, but I think all they've said is during story moments. So I don't know if it's like GTA 5, where if you're not in a mission and I'm just walking down Times Square, can I go bloop and go over to Miles over in...
I think you can.
I don't know.
Unless maybe... I'm sure there's specific parts of the game where you can't. But I think in general you'll be able to.
They did say before the showcase that there is no co-op in this. It is a single-player adventure, which we were saying last week, like I want single-player games, but it would be fun for me and you to thwip it.
It would have been cool to have the option.
Yeah.
I don't want a co-op game, but
no. It's out this fall, and they've said that release date details and pre-order info is coming soon. The rumor is September. The fact that they didn't put a date on it is kind of worrying. What did you think of the trailer? The gameplay, all that.
I'm not looking forward to this game that much. I feel about this game the way I felt about Tears of the Kingdom before it had a name, 6 months or so ago.
By the way,
maybe a year ago. Like
Spider-Man 2018 was your game of the year over God of War. I just want to let that be known.
Oh, I love that one.
Okay.
But this, it's like, okay, you're still in New York, but you can go to Queens now.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, cool.
Is Captain
You can
America
go
there?
over the river, through the woods. It looks beautiful,
To the lizard's house we go.
but in the end, it's just more
It's more
Spider-Man.
the same. It's
I don't
gonna
feel
be a lot
any-
of quick times.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to it. I'm almost looking forward to it less after having seen this trailer.
Because it's just...
And it's not because I saw anything that I didn't want to see.
No, it looks
It's just
great.
like it made me realize that I'm not.
There's not a lot you can do. Once you...
I'm sure it's going to be good. I'm going to get it day one. It's probably got an amazing story.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Like, I remember when I was playing Miles, I was like, I liked Miles's powers better than...
Miles per hours.
Yes, better than Sonic's. But, like, when I knew you had to do New Game Plus, I was like, to get
For the platinum, I was just like,
really? Like, you're going to make... And that was a small game. This is going to be, probably story-wise, a 20-hour game. Platinum, 35, 40 hours.
yeah.
I'm like, the powers look cool. I don't remember using L1 and R1 having two menus for power-up stuff. Because you can see it when they're doing the gameplay. There's an L1 menu on the screen and an R1. Also, the HUD looks like it's a little on the busy side.
It looks, yeah.
I don't know.
And it's like, okay, you can go to like Queens and Brooklyn. I'm like, okay.
Oh, Captain America's
running
Brooklyn.
down suburban streets when I'm Spider-Man ain't really doing it for me.
Oh.
I want to be amongst buildings, not
Also-
houses in people's backyard. I'm like, I don't know.
And did you notice the way they're getting around that? Not being in Manhattan? They can fly now. It's like
Miles
the Star Wars
can.
joke. They fly now. They fly now. They fly now. They fly now.
Could both of them? I know Miles could.
When Peter goes away and Genki's like, is he always like that? He's like, I don't know. He's like, hey, I've got big teeth too, or whatever he says. And then he goes, thwip, and then he goes, phoom, and he's got like a squirrel suit with a symbiote. So that's how they're getting around. But I'm like, Spider-Man doesn't fly. I mean, I know, whatever. But
Actually,
they
can shoot webs and ride the air currents.
Squirrels can fly, so a Spider-Man can fly. I don't know. It's I'm not down on the game, but it's just like
Yeah,
I felt like when this didn't kick off the show, I knew it was going to close the show, and I knew if it was closing the show, there wasn't going to be anything. Like if you take Metal Gear out of this, there was nothing that was, oh my god.
This
At
should
all.
have opened the show, and something new,
Yes.
unannounced, should have closed.
Yes.
This would have been the perfect opener. But
Rivet
to close
apart,
with this,
something.
that's also probably why. Part of me is just mad. I'm like, this is what the whole point of this thing was, to show a game that we already knew was coming out in 6 months.
And a bunch
like,
of indies and yeah.
I'm like, yeah, it looks beautiful. I thought Spider-Man Remastered looked beautiful. And all the like side-by-sides I've seen of the two, like,
Oh, this looks. I haven't seen those.
it looks way better than Spider-Man Remastered. Like, it looks beautiful. But I've already thwipped and
George.
thwapped around Manhattan. I've already Georged. I'll get it day one. I will probably like it. It will probably make my top 10, although I don't know. There's already like 6 games that have already staked their claim.
Yeah.
It's possible it might not. I don't know.
I don't know. It's just it. Yeah, like you said, I'm gonna play it day one. I'm gonna get it. It's probably gonna be really fun.
Also,
I just don't know.
everybody like across the Twitterverse seems to be in love with Craven. I don't know the first thing about him.
don't
I know
really
more about
care
him from
either
this
way.
trailer than I've ever known about him before. But I think he's getting like his own movie in the MCU, or at least his own Disney Plus series or something. He's got like something
He's
coming.
got something. Yeah.
And I'm just like, what is the big deal? I mean, they come up with movies and shows for everybody
Yes.
now, so who cares? But I'm just like, it's this guy. He's like, he's a guy. I don't know. Does he have powers, or is he just like he's Rambo? And he's
I think he's just
a
Rambo,
good
but
killer
he's like-
in the jungle.
But he's like,
There's got to be more. I think it's going to be like the first one where you thought Mr. Negative was the big bad. And I mean, they've already. It's going to
what I
be
was
the
gonna say.
symbiote. Like that's
exactly. I was gonna say he is the
Craven
Mr.
is
Negative.
Mr. Negative.
Yes.
And so I'm just like,
I hope Topher Grace plays Eddie Brock. Well, no, he's not. We know who it is. It's the guy that plays Candyman. I forget the guy's name, the actor.
I don't remember. I know what you're talking about, but
he's
I
playing Venom, yeah.
I don't know. Like, this is the story leading up to this game.
I kill people in the jungle. I need a bigger challenge.
How about you go kill Spider-Man? Okay. All right, that's the big lead up to this game. Is some guy's tired of killing people in the jungle, so he's going to go to the concrete jungle where dreams are made and kill Spider-Man. Like, come on.
The thing that I was confused about also is quick spoilers for the end of Spider-Man 2018. If you haven't played it, just fast forward a couple minutes. Okay. The post credit was Harry Osborn like in a Bacta tank, and the symbiote was helping him. But now in this, Peter's thwipping and thwapping to save Dr. Connors because Dr. Connors has to say, or maybe Dr. Connors just knows how to use the symbiote or something.
Yeah, I didn't understand.
There was something that didn't make sense about that.
Yeah.
And also, Harry Osborn, just the fact that Harry's probably going to be Venom. Are they going to do that and not Eddie Brock? Because that means we're not going to get Spider-Man 3 with the Green Goblin. I don't like that.
I don't think about that.
But it makes me the fact that they're mentioning Harry and all this makes me think. I don't think Peter's going to die in this.
I don't think he is either.
I think.
But now I don't think we even have Eddie Brock because it's weird. Like the symbiote is the big bad.
Then we
don't
the symbiote
by itself.
How can you make a
You
Spider-Man
can't really do that.
trilogy?
He's got to have a host, and they're not going to be like, "Hey, here's this guy," and now he like. I mean, everybody that knows Spider-Man probably knows Eddie Brock, but like, I feel like video game wise, there's been no mention of him yet. You're gonna just be like, "Hey, here he is," and then I'm the big bad guy now. Like, they probably will do. Harry.
Look at me. Sorry, I'm the captain.
I'm the bad guy now.
I hope they don't, because I assume we're getting a trilogy. Everything's a trilogy.
Yeah.
The trilogy has to end with the Goblin.
This is the third one.
Not really. We had 1.5, and now 2.
What I will say about Miles, the game, is I was kind of meh about that. And then I saw that trailer, like on the bridge, and I'm like, wow, okay, I'm in.
And his powers were awesome.
This didn't really have that same effect
No.
on me. That sold me on Miles, which I was already like, I'll get it. I'm not crazy looking forward to it.
It's day one PS5. I got to have something to play.
And then once I actually played it, I'm like, this is really good. But then the idea, I mean, I did it to myself. I didn't have to go get the platinum. I had no desire to go and play through it again most of the way to get the platinum.
Yeah.
This, I'm not even to that level yet, where Miles, that one trailer, like, hooked me. This didn't do it. Maybe we'll see another one that will hook me.
If you do that while you're talking, that can go bad. I mean, you paused, but still.
I don't know. Looking forward to it, but not that much.
All right, let's talk about our predictions. Starting with Sean. Sean said Ghost something will be there. Ghost 2, Ghost move, something Ghost, nothing. Sean said Final Fantasy. Did something have Ghost?
There's Ghost Runner. I think that's a half
Ghost
point.
of Tsushima. So no, I just wrote Ghost something. You said Final Fantasy VII Rebirth will be there and it will be dated for March of 2024. We will get a teaser trailer for Wolverine. You predicted a 3-way prediction for PSVR 2. Half-Life Alex. Astro. Resident Evil 4 VR. Ding, ding, ding.
0.333 repeating.
And we will get a Resident Evil 9 reveal. My predictions were Metal fucking Gear Solid Remake. Ding. And Death Stranding 2. Half a point. By the way, like I said to you off air, that was stupid because obviously Death Stranding 2 is going to get a trailer at the Keeley Fest. Obviously. I should have just left it as Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah.
Remake, not Death Stranding 2. Oh well. I said we're going to see what Blue Point is working on. Uncharted is back. PS3 games are going to be able to be played natively. Bloodborne PS5 or Bloodborne 2. So I win 0.5 to 0.3333333. Just seeing the reason, like I think it was Derek said in the Discord, or maybe it was John, I can't remember. One of them said
You give way too much faith. You have too much faith in.
But the reason we made these predictions is because we have not had a freaking showcase in almost 2 years.
Yeah.
The fact that you make us wait almost 2 years and you show this, we still don't know what is coming from the main first party studios. We saw Haven's game. We saw a trailer for Haven's game, and we saw a trailer for Firewalk's game.
After Spider-Man, we don't know anything. And that's out in like 6 months.
As a service. We
roughly.
know those 2 games as a service, but that's it. And we know Wolverine's coming at some point, but that's 25, I would assume. We didn't see Factions. We didn't see Half-Life Alyx. We didn't get our sequel to Ghost of Tsushima. Final Fantasy VII wasn't there. Bloodborne, for crying out loud, is just never going to be there. Like, what? This was a 20-minute state of play stretched out into an hour and 10-minute showcase that it did not need to be.
Also, to be fair, when we do these predictions, we're not trying to go 5
We call
for 5.
them predictions, hopes, and
We're
dreams
swinging for the fences on all of them, hoping we get 1 or 2 right. I will just say that. Nobody thinks all these are going to happen.
Now, reports have come out that a lot of insiders are saying that Sony was holding back with this showcase because stuff is planned, and insider like the Snitch was tweeting like there's games that are pretty close to being ready to come out that I don't know why they weren't there. We'll see. Summer Game Fest, PlayStation's a partner. There's going to be stuff there. Who knows what it's going to look like. Now, one of the big games that we didn't predict because we thought it was obvious was that Factions would be there. Nothing. Naughty Dog puts out a statement after the showcase. Well, I gotta zoom in on this. The Last of Us fans. We know many of you have been looking forward to hearing more about our The Last of Us. That sounds so stupid. Just call it just our Last of Us multiplayer game. We're incredibly proud of the job our studio has done thus far, but as development has continued, we've realized what is best for the game is to give it more time. We'll talk about this in a second. I don't think this is truthful. Our team will continue to work on the project as well as other games that are in development, including a brand new single-player experience. We look forward to sharing more soon. We're grateful to our fantastic community for your support. Thank you for your passion for our games. It continues to drive us. The single-player experience is Last of Us 3. Let's just say that now. It is. Whether we want it or not, the series that should have just been a one-off and left alone with one of the best stories ever told, one of the top 2 or 3 best stories ever told in the game. We got a sequel we didn't need so we could retcon a bunch of bullshit and make a We're going to get a third one. What Colin has said makes sense. We need Last of Us Part 3.
Because we got Part 2.
More than we needed Part 2, yeah. Because the way you ended, it's like, what? It's like Jeremy John said in his review, I'll never forget it. He's like, you look for your hero to at least get this. At least let her play the guitar. At least let her have her girlfriend and her family. At least let her, get revenge. At least this. She got nothing. There was literally no point. Oh, well, there's different perspectives on every story. Reports are saying, well, do that before you forget.
I see similarities. Maybe not so much Part 1, but with Part 2 and the inevitable Part 3. Because everything you just said was like, I've seen this story before. It is Episode 8 and Episode 9 of Star Wars. Last of Us 3. I'm not saying there's going to be a somehow Palpatine came back, whatever.
Guess who's alive?
But like, I feel like when I said we need a Part 3 because of Part 2, that kind of, I feel like Episode 9 was like, well, we have to undo everything from Episode 8. That's kind of what I feel like.
But this is quote unquote reality. This is not space magic. Yeah. Like they can't undo what they did. No matter what you think about it.
Unless the cordyceps somehow they find a way to use it.
Oh, good.
To
now we get to kill that
dead.
character. Yeah. Because now it's going to be the Rat King or whatever that thing was down in the bombed out hospital. But reports are saying, this is why I said I don't know that they're being truthful, that the game is being scaled back by Sony and they're slowing development after they had a recent evaluation of the game. Factions might be in trouble.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if it's for me, but like, how many years is Naughty Dog going to wait? Now, they're a big team. when they say they've got a single player game in development, again, we assume it's Last of Us 3, and I assume it's very, very, very early. Well, I mean, maybe not. The stupid game came out 3 years ago, so who knows?
Yeah.
But I don't know. Final thoughts on the showcase.
I'm not kidding. You obviously, like, I think Metal Gear Solid Delta looks cool, but it obviously means a lot more you to me than to me.
obviously it means a lot more you to me.
But even for me, you take that out. I know that's not him. It's maybe an F.
Yeah.
A D at best.
Because of Spider-Man
With
2,
it,
but we already knew that was coming.
it's probably a
I give it a C at best.
minus.
Yeah.
Like, not good.
And I remember watching it going, there's got to be something big coming. Even after Metal Gear, I was like, okay. And then there was all this
when Jim
bull crap.
came out,
I was like, here
he's
we
like,
go. Factions.
here comes our final game. Like,
And then he said final game, and I was like, oh, so it's Spider-Man. So that's...
Yeah.
We're not going to get one more thing. This is the one more thing, the game we already know about.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sony, you're effing up, as Angry Joe would say. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens at Summer Game Fest at the Keeley Fest. But that's only like 2 weeks away now. We got to do predictions for that too. I don't even want to now. I'm so depressed after this. But that's it. All right, Sean. Let's get to the wrap up. Wow. Yeah, we're not going to be doing a bonus episode this week. We're at an hour 40. Time for the wrap up. Sean, GTA 6 dev team is reportedly, quote, seeking perfection with the game. And Take-Two has said that it needs to, quote, be something never seen before, end quote, but also something familiar. I am worried for this game. Rockstar knows what the hell they're doing, no matter what I think about Red Dead 2. They know what the F they're doing. I know that. You can't follow up GTA 5.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think this could be a GTA 4 situation on our hands.
Some people think that's one of the best games.
It is not. That is
Metacritic thinks it is.
Yeah, wasn't it like a 95 or 6 or something crazy?
It's way up there.
I will say, when I played it back then, I was like,
when I played it then, I
is
loved
amazing.
it. Yeah. To me, GTA, whether it was 3, Vice City, I played a little of. I never played San Andreas.
I played it all the way through.
I played 4 a little bit, and I played 5 a lot.
Never beat a game.
I've never beaten a single one.
I've beaten San Andreas 4 once.
I bought the remasters.
I started Vice City. And I was like,
I only played Vice City.
even with the new controls,
I think
sucks.
I got further into Vice City single player than I've gotten into any other GTA game single player story.
Even
ever.
with the new controls.
I just want
those games are
online
unplayable.
sandbox. Like, that's all I want.
And that's
So
the thing.
even with this,
What
I'm
is-
like, I honestly, I don't care at all about the story. I want GTA
Well, see, I
6
do.
online, which there's a lot you could do.
You better be
GTA
able to
5
carry-
is pretty much perfect.
You had better be able to carry your character over. I didn't do all those glitches at 10 years ago to get my level up and my money up to where it is now to reset.
I don't think they will. I think they could. I didn't even think about that. They might.
I'm going
but I
to be
don't
doing
think
glitches
they
like
will.
crazy then, because they're going to be there, and I will be duplicating cars and master swords and everything.
So yeah, I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. I have faith that they're going to do.
It'll
do
be a
it
really good
justice.
game. It can't be as big as 5. There's just
But
no
I
way.
still stand by. Los Santos is the perfect setting.
Yeah.
You've got a little bit of everything. You got like the boonies, you've got the mountains, you've got downtown, you've got the beach, you've got everything. This is going to have like downtown, beach, maybe some like swampy, like
Swamp. There will
Everglade
be
type
swamps,
stuff.
yeah.
But like,
I mean, assuming it's in Miami.
it can't be as fun as
Los Santos is
Los
the
Santos.
LA and the surrounding areas is the perfect playground.
yeah.
Even Watch Dogs 2, honestly, San Fran and the scaled down version of San Fran they did and the surrounding areas, that was pretty damn fun. I gave you that. Did you ever play it?
I started it. I couldn't get into it.
Next up, Microsoft's UK appeal hearing will be scheduled for July. Also, South Korea has approved the acquisition. We still haven't heard what the FTC is doing. Don't they have to like announce something quickly after they said we're suing you or whatever? Like, I feel like something is happening in the next month or two, or it's supposed to, some kind of deadline or something. I think it's June 30th actually, but we'll see. Apparently there were rumors going around that Sony was going to buy CD Projekt, and they said they are not for sale.
I don't want that.
I don't
Give me Square Enix or Capcom. Other than that, maybe FromSoft.
They can't.
Other
They
than
ain't
that, I
buying
don't care.
FromSoft at this point. If anybody buys them, I think it would just be Bandai Namco, and they would just be like, "No, we're wrapping you up. We're
Yeah.
going to keep you third party, and we're going to print money." But at this point, after Elden Ring, I don't think anybody buys them.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 16. I should have said this earlier when we were talking about. Oh, I skipped over Final Fantasy 16. There was a trailer.
I wondered
for Final
about
Fantasy
that.
16. Did I not read it or did I not write it?
I think it was on here. No, it's Tower of Fantasy.
Well,
I could have sworn I read it, but maybe I didn't. No, yeah, it's not on
Well,
here.
Final Fantasy 16 was at the
Yeah, we saw
showcase.
another trailer. It still looks good. Can't
I
wait.
tuned out
whatever.
because it was store. I was like, I just want to play the game.
Yeah.
But Final Fantasy 16 has been polished so much that apparently it will not have a day one patch. That's awesome. So that means even if you don't have internet, you can get the disc and play the freaking game.
Yeah.
And look, it worked out great. A year of polish worked out great for Zelda, so I assume it's going to work out great here too.
2 weeks from Friday?
It is the 22nd.
Oh, 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So it's not Father's Day weekend.
Wait, so it comes out on a Thursday?
I don't know. I was really hoping to cash in on Father's Day weekend and be like,
I ain't doing nothing.
leave me alone. I'm playing Final Fantasy.
There are no plans for DLC at this point, but the game will ship with New Game Plus. That's cool. But I think this game's going to be so big. I
don't need DLC. I can already tell you that.
Reports say the PlayStation is using Bungie to rigorously vet their upcoming live service games. I don't know if they're doing a good job because all we've seen are CG trailers from Haven and Firewalk, so we'll see. PSVR 2 sold around 600,000 units in its first 6 weeks, which beat PSVR 1 by 8%.
It's not much, but it's better.
It's better, but it's... oh, my God. You would double that if you just said Alex is coming in November.
I don't know about that, but...
Well, maybe not double. You would sell 100,000. You would... I don't know. Jim Ryan.
Metal Gear Rising.
I never even said that. So what's Volume 2 going to be? A lot of people don't think they can do 4 because of the stupid cell. Like they would have to rebuild that game from the ground up to still just be the stupid.
Portable Ops.
People are
Peace
saying
Walker.
that. No. Acid 1 and 2. Oh, I saw somebody said Acid 1 and 2. And
I didn't even know there was an Acid 2.
And then Rising. I hope Rising, because I would like to play through that on PS5. I think that would be fun. Because all I did was play the demo. I didn't know how to parry. I'm better at that in games now. I want to play that game.
Yeah.
And it's just so over the top, stupid, ridiculous. Nano Machine, son. I want to play through that game. Why am I talking about this? Oh, Jim Ryan. Oh, because I said Jim Rising. Okay. Jim Ryan is teasing aggressive plans for cloud gaming for PlayStation that will be revealed in the coming months. I don't want cloud gaming. I just
The
want
only
to play
cloud
PS3
gaming I want
games.
is Final Fantasy VII.
Heyo. Maybe that's what he means. I just want to play PS3 games on my PS5 without streaming the stupid things.
Yeah.
This shouldn't be that hard. Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart is the next game coming to PC, and it's coming in July. Why was this not at the showcase? It doesn't mean anything to us. And also, why is it not Ghost of Tsushima? That's what I thought for sure was going to be the next PC port.
Yeah.
But maybe they're waiting until Ghost 2 gets announced and then it'll come out. I don't know. PlayStation, as we talked about earlier, the Backbone and the Project Q stupid thing. I saw some people reporting on it as Project Cube. I'm like, you need to do some fact checking before you put out tweets and headlines because it is Cube.
Like
the
Cube or
no,
like Cube?
Cube. Backbone's coming out for Android. Hooray. Mortal Kombat 1 is getting its gameplay reveal at the Keighley Fest. I want to know what that's going to... Because that trailer was... Did you watch the trailer?
Mm-hmm.
I forget. Insane. Just watch the last minute. You're going to be like, oh. I think I said this last week anyways. Nintendo has announced that they will be ending repair services for the poor Wii U in the near future when they run out of parts. Oh, God. The Witcher 3 has... should have put this up with a CD Projekt thing, but I did not. The Witcher 3, it was announced, has sold 50 million copies.
Holy crap.
When it comes to CD Projekt games, I'm way more likely to actually try Cyberpunk than I am to even think about going back to Witcher 3. It is not Zelda for adults. Zelda is Zelda for adults.
It is now, yeah.
The franchise as a whole has sold 75 million copies. Alone in the Dark is coming back in October, and it released a trailer starring David Harbour. So he's in Gran Turismo, the movie about the movie, and Alone in the Dark. But do you remember, because I knew you were going to say it, I want to beat you to it, Silent Hill Ascension, which is the episodic Silent Hill game that they're doing, got a trailer. It doesn't do anything for me. And then Games with Gold were announced. The games are Adios and The Veil, Shadow of the Crown. And The Veil is Vale. Is that even a word?
The Veil...
EIL.
But The Veil in Game of Thrones was like... I don't remember what. It was like an area, like... wetlands or like rivers or something. So maybe Veil means, I don't know if that's why they called it that. I don't know if it actually means something, but
let me see if PS Plus leaked because I haven't seen it. Oh. Rumors are saying it will be Disco Elysium, Alan Wake, and Hades.
Dang.
If that's true, that can't be true.
Alan Wake, like remaster?
Yeah.
I don't buy that, but if they do,
this isn't a typical leak. This is what people think it's going to be.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah.
If we got any, I mean, I'm done with Hades, but if we got either of those other two,
yeah, we'll see next week. That is it for this very long episode of the Two Player Co-op Podcast. Thank y'all so much for being here. We will be back next week with more thoughts on Zelda. Biak, I know. With more thoughts on Zelda, my thoughts on Street Fighter 6, and maybe stay tuned for a tournament this weekend, but we'll see. This Friday. We'll see. Or Saturday. Who knows? But until that time, Sean, go ahead and take us out.
thank you for playing.